guys, what's up? Killjoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I'm a piranha. Today we are going to be pitting the remake versus the original of the Piranha films. Yes, not only is there the 2010 remake that I've covered many times in my 24-hour horror movie challenges. I have some weird fascination with that film. But there's also a 1995 made-for-TV movie that we're going to be putting into this list as well. Now before I get into that, I'm gonna need you guys to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Alright, now let's get into it. Get over here! So first, let's start off with the good. The positives for Piranha 1978 are it's a worthy parody of Jaws. So after 1975, with the huge success of Jaws, which is why I wanted to follow the Jaws sequel versus original with the Piranha films, is because there was a whole bunch of rip-off Jaws movies that would come for the next like 4 or 5 years after that. Some other examples are the Jaws of Death, Orca. This one is notable though because it's more silly, where the other ones are trying to mimic the scariness of Jaws. It's got some pretty dope gore for 1978. I will always appreciate practical effects whenever they're used, and this film does it pretty well, gotta say. Surprisingly better fish effects than the remake. I don't know how, but this has the best effects out of all 3 of these movies. They're not bad in the 2010 one, but they're pretty bad. Man, some CGI fish, dude. That's horrible. When Richard Dreyfuss is getting ripped apart in that 2010 movie, damn. Now let's move on to Piranha 1995. It's got Mila Kunis in it, and that is about it. That's all the positives I got. Mila Kunis, alright. Moving on to Piranha 2010, it has a party spring break kind of vibe to it, which is something I appreciate because it makes the movie more fun this way. Sure, there's also the sleaziness that adds kind of like a gross little taste in your mouth, but overall the party aspect of this film just makes it a lot more fun and makes the slaughter scene so much more impactful. Eli Roth. I'm just putting Eli Roth as a positive for this whole movie. I'm sure he's the reason for that scene where all the spring breakers are just getting eaten alive. That's my favorite part of this whole film, and it's incredible. I love the star-studded cast of this film. Adam Scott, Ving Rhames, Christopher Lloyd, Richard Dreyfuss. A whole bunch of stars are in this film that makes this film just so enjoyable to watch. Disgusting practical effects. I can't say it enough. The practical effects in this movie are incredible, which is crazy to me because then they use CGI fish that kinda ruin it. But I'm not supposed to be talking about the bad yet. Let's focus on these practical effects. The kills in this movie are so disgusting and horrifying. The few that come to mind are the one girl gets her hair caught in the boat rudder and her whole scalp and face just come off when the guy turns it on. Oh my god, that's horrible. It's a remake that does something different than the original. I can't stress this enough. If you're remaking a movie, don't make the exact same movie. It makes no sense to do that. Piranha 1995, you gotta add your own flavor and vibe to it. This film is wildly different from the original. They both have their own vibes going on, but like this is more of like a spring break party movie, where the other film is just more of like a straight up sci-fi horror thriller. Now let's move into the bad. For Piranha 1978, I don't really like the story as much as I like the story in the remake. Like I said, both films have totally different vibes going on, and I think I prefer the 2010's spring break fun vibes. It makes the film a little more fun and exciting, where the original 1978 one can get a little slow at points. Characters kinda suck. Once again, this is a comparison thing. If I was just watching the 1978 one without the 2010 one to compare it to, I'd probably be like, okay, like this is alright, but I highly prefer the heightened, crazy characters of the 2010 movie than the just regular old 70s stock characters in the original film. Moving on to Piranha 1995, it's a shot-for-shot remake of the original except in the 90s. Okay, it's not shot-for-shot, but it's pretty damn close. The film doesn't try to do anything different except for the one girl character she's like a little more of like that 90s, like I'm gonna go get it kind of personality. That's when women were starting to go to work and stuff in the 90s, so she kind of embodies that a little bit. I like that. That's cool. That's different, but nothing else about this movie is different. It's the exact same thing. Acting isn't so great in this film. You know how I said the characters sucked in the original movie? Well, the characters super suck in this one. Did not do anything new. Yeah, I can't stress that enough, and I'm putting it on there twice because I just don't care. Why do I don't want to watch the same movie twice. Great remakes come with great responsibility. For Piranha 2010, it's sleazy but understandably sleazy. Yeah, the film is a little sleazy and gets kind of gross at some points, but it's understandable with this film because it's just such a heightened reality kind of idea. The CGI fish suck. Oh my god, fire the animators of this movie. Jesus Christ. The effects in this are worse than like anything in the 90s. Except Spawn. Nothing is worse than Spawn. So am I giving out the ugly award this time around? You're damn right, Piranha 1995. And the winner is Piranha 2010. The remake wins it this time around. Kinda suspenseful, didn't see that one coming. Actually, you probably did expect that. I was hyping it up the whole video. Honestly, I love the 1978 one. It's a good movie, but I just think 2010 Piranha does it a lot better. This film is not supposed to be straight up sci-fi horror, you know? This is supposed to be like silly, cause like compared to a gigantic shark, a bunch of little tiny fish are not really that scary. You gotta make it ridiculous and silly, like Christopher Lloyd's character in the 2010 one. He's this heightened mad scientist character, which we all know he's so good at playing.
This particular piranha vanished off the face of the earth more than 2 million years ago.
So I realize this is probably an unpopular opinion, but this film is really near and dear to my heart. It was one of the first horror movies I saw really as a kid because, I was probably like 12, I believe, when this came out, and for whatever reason, my parents took me to see it in theaters. It was the first time I was really disgusted with gore, and that scene, that 20-30 minute scene of everyone getting annihilated in that lake, it's just like, it's something that has always stuck with me. Something that if I was to make a horror film myself, there would definitely be some like long ass scene of just like a slaughter fest. There's a couple movies off the top of my head that do this, like also Freddy vs. Jason when Jason's in that cornfield party, and then also Hellraiser 3 has a scene like that at the nightclub. I want to emulate that so bad in a horror movie I were to make, and it's something that just heightens a movie so much for me. What do you guys think of these results? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching my remake versus the original of Piranha. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at KilljoyJake1, where sometimes I run polls to see which remake versus original movies I'm going to do next. So you have the potential to choose the next movie I cover. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well at Killjoy_Jake. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.